Within most relationships, one person is the primary initiator and the other is the responder. For example, in the area of affection, one spouse says, "I love you," and the other spouse responds by saying, "I love you too." The initiating spouse will reach out their hand first, and the other spouse responds by accepting their hand. This dynamic is mainly because of the individual's temperament, enhanced by their environment and potentially their learned behavior. Very likely, this will always be the case. The initiator will mainly initiate, and the responder will generally respond. Trying to change these defaults may cause an immense amount of stress, anxiety, and conflict within the relationship. However, there can be some movement on behalf of the responder to gravitate towards the center. The responder needs to learn to initiate more than they usually do. Now, even if both spouses are naturally responders, one still initiates more than the other. Temperament will determine the extent of the dominance of the initiator and of the responder. For example, the initiator could do so, say, 80% of the time versus the responder initiating only 20%, or it could be 60% versus 40%, etc. In the 80-20 example, it would be beneficial for the responder initiating affection only 20% of the time to minimize the gap between them and their spouse who is initiating 80%. In most cases, the reason for this is that the dominant initiator will begin to wonder why the other rarely initiates affection. If there's no change, what will naturally happen is the initiator will begin to back off. A big reason for this is they will at least subconsciously begin to distrust the other. If there's no communication, the responder will be confused and the relationship, without some intervention, will turn cold. If you are the one that says, "I love you too," be more aware of that. Say, "I love you" more often, and let the initiator say, "I love you too." Push past the discomfort, and you will both benefit and feel like winners. Let me know if I can be of help in any way. God bless you today.